First and foremost, I want to thank the 1.1K people that, as the time I looked at it, that viewed that Celtics video. Because I remember when that Celtics video first came out, it didn't do that good. It had like a couple of views. I was like, it's cool, whatever. Then I started checking it. More as time go on, I didn't see more people came to watch that video. I'm like, damn. I'm like, shit, okay. So it's at 1.1K now. Thank you for all the people that subbed and watched that video. So it's time to drop another video. We got the truth about Bronny James playing in the NBA. We got some stuff to cover in the NBA because I know some stuff happened. I know some people got drafted. Trades were made. The NBA they wilding out as they do every summer. So let's get to this. It's just like how I saw all the reports. Oh, we want an all-star caliber level player for Alex Caruso, and you get Josh Giddey. Where Josh Giddey, he is kind of actually that. It's just a situation that happened. Yeah, all that shit. It's like, yeah. But y'all said y'all want an all-star caliber player. He is not that right now. So what? Y'all gave Alex Caruso up for nothing. Like, I guess the Bulls just in full rebuild mode. And then you gave the Oklahoma City Thunder Alex Caruso. They might go to the finals this year. All for that. JJ Redick got hired by the LA Lakers as a head coach. Well, I knew it was coming. I wasn't surprised. Because if you were seeing they needed a coach, because Darvin Ham had to go, and it was like, either you got that coach that was supposed to come from the college, and they didn't. So all you had was JJ Redick. I mean, who else you gonna put as the coach? You really don't have nothing else. So I'm not surprised about that. It's just I hope he don't become the coach and be the coach for one season and get fired. Drew Eubanks, he a free agent. If I was a team that needed a backup center, or a team that's just desperate and need a center in general, I would be talking to that man right there. The Warriors, they need to go talk to this man, Drew Eubanks, right here. Because he actually is a solid backup center. It's just the team that he was playing on. It's not, it's not shit that he really could have did. Because the Suns are really a bad team. They were a bad team. They're not, they will construct it off of the names and talent, but it's just a basketball team in the NBA today. It's not sufficient enough. Depending on if Al Horford come back or not, I'll be hitting up Drew Eubanks if I was the Celtics. OKC, you need to hit him up. The Pacers, they need to hit him up because the Pacers need a backup center. The Knicks, if y'all can't get Harstein back, y'all need to hit him up. Grizzly, it's everybody. Every team in the NBA should be hitting him up because he's a sleeper. He's not an all-star or superstar, but he is a valuable part. They could be on a valuable team and win a championship off of his play. Scotty Barnes, clap it up for Scotty Barnes, Raptors Nation. I'm glad that they gave him a max rookie extension because Scotty Barnes really is going to be part of the future in the NBA. It's just about when he fully develops and he's healthy. But I mean, you should give him $270 million. Reggie Jackson, what's going on with the Nuggets? What's going on with the Nuggets? Let's go up. What's going on with the Nuggets, bro? What is going on with the Nuggets? Why did they pick up Reggie Jackson's option and then trade him? Why did they trade him? Then they traded him to Charlotte. It's like Reggie Jackson a good backup point guard. I don't know what. Maybe the Nuggets got something cooking I don't know about, but I don't know why they did that. That was kind of crazy. I don't know. This is what I really want to talk about. I don't understand. I just don't understand these teams, bro. These teams that sit here and say, "Oh, you want him? You got to give us tons of stuff," and then you look at it, and you really don't got to get on nothing. The Knicks game, the Brooklyn Nets, Bogan Bogdanovich, 4 unprotected first round picks, a protected first round pick via Bucks, and an unprotected pick swap and a second rounder pick for Mikal Bridges. Wasn't y'all just saying for like the last 2-3 years? Oh, if you're not sending an all-star caliber level player and or superstar level player, you can't get Mikal Bridges. But now y'all trade him. Like, and the Knicks just got so much better. I'm telling you, we finna have a Knicks and Celtics conference finals. I think he need to lead the Suns because it's like there ain't nothing there for him. Like, how is these 4 niggas on the team with each other, bro? These 4 niggas is on the team. They played for a whole basketball team back in college together. These niggas probably gonna win the ring together. Watch. They built the exact team to get past the Celtics. OG, he resigned. I'm glad they gave OG his money. They resigned this nigga for $212 million. He got signed for that much. It's like, I didn't even know they had the money to sign him to that contract. But the Knicks ain't playing, bro. The Knicks is not playing. I'm just trying to figure out what the lineup gonna be. Because you know Jalen Brunson he's starting. And you know OG gotta start. Is Mikal Bridges gonna start? And Dante gonna come off the bench? And is Josh Hart gonna start? Because if y'all do that and y'all keep Julius Randle, that's gonna be interesting. Because how that's gonna work? Because Julius Randle, he can't come off the bench. He ain't gonna want to come off the bench. So it's like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. They probably got to trade Julius Randle. I say this is what you do. You need to look and see if you can get something valuable from Julius Randle. Because you can get like a important center or somebody like that or whatever for Julius Randle. Trade him. If you can't though, keep him. It's just y'all got to figure out that starting lineup. I saw that Deanie, this dude, he finally got traded. I'm glad he got traded because he actually could be a championship level player on the right team where he could help somebody win a championship. Because he just got that it to him. And I think he was on Washington, where I ain't gonna lie, Washington, that team, that's a black hole team, bro. You go to that team, you depressed, bro. Like Kyle Kuzma, and look at Kyle Kuzma and Jordan Poole. Look at anybody that's went there recently. It's like you don't even feel the same no more because the team just suck. The team is terrible, like ass. Paul George a free agent. Where y'all think Paul George going? Where do teams think Paul George going? I wish he would have been going to the Warriors. I'm kind of salty. But he going. I see him either going now from what's left. He's either going to return to the Clippers. He gonna go to the 76ers, or he going to the Magic. I ain't gonna lie. If he went to the Magic, bro, because it is, bro. This is why we here right now. I gotta move the camera again, bro. God. But yeah, this is why we here to look at this, bro. This is exactly why we here right now. This whole video. This is a special moment, bro. All those people hating on this, bro, y'all messed up, bro. How can you even hate on this? A man and his son gonna be on the same team in the NBA. Never done before. Will never probably be done before. Like, I want to see this. I'm excited to see this. I want to see how this gonna work. How a father and son duo gonna work on the court. I don't know why people so upset with it. I'm not upset with it. I think it's actually a cool thing.
2024 NBA.
But that's besides the point. We didn't read around and rambled on long enough. Let's get to it. Let's get to it, bro.
With the 2024 NBA draft in the books, there is one major discussion that has dominated the NBA space over the last week. It isn't about the #1 overall pick. It isn't about the outlook of these teams going into next season. It's about a late second-round pick. And for good reason, because his name is LeBron James. And he's going to play in the NBA with LeBron James. It's a weird and unprecedented circumstance that the NBA has never encountered before. A player who many fans consider to be the greatest of all time playing in the NBA with his own son. A story so strange, you'd think the NBA scriptwriters outsourced their work to ChatGPT, picked the most batshit result, and called it a day. But after 2 years of speculation, we now know with certainty that Bronny James will be an NBA player. And right on cue, the criticism of his merits and value as a future player in the NBA have already came pouring in. Scouts and GMs claim
It's crazy how much trash they talking about Bronny, bro.
And that the real value lies
It's like he just a kid, bro. He just a kid like me, bro. And y'all talking so much trash about him, like he ain't even did nothing.
NBA player, or is he only in conversation solely because of who his dad is?
Like they acting like he been on live talk. I'm the best, and he's like he ain't did shit, bro.
Today's video is sponsored by SeatGeek. The a new season is on 10. Find the Jimmy 10 for 10% off any order. This is Ken Griffey, former major leaguer and 3-time All-Star. This is Ken Griffey Jr., son of Ken Griffey. And in 1990, these two did one of the coolest things a father and son can possibly do. They played in the MLB together. And when I say together, I don't just mean they played in the MLB at the same time. They were on the same team. In fact, they weren't just on the same team, they shared the same outfield with each other. It's probably the rarest and most badass thing you'll ever see in sports. Making it to the big leagues is one thing, but playing in the big leagues next to your kid is a club exclusive to only these two. And if that wasn't incredible enough, on September 14th, 1990, the Griffeys pulled off something that you will never see again in your lifetime.
An inch back up there now.
Nah, that is crazy though, playing with your dad, bruh.
Devon White going back. Gone! A 2-run home run. And he hits one well to left center field. Dante Bichette. Back-to-back home runs.
Like imagine, just wait, bruh. Just wait till it's a game this season where LeBron and Bronny carry the team.
In the history of Major League Baseball,
The internet gonna be on fire, bruh.
First father-son duo in professional sports. This is Gordie Howe, one of the greatest players to ever touch the ice. He won 4 Stanley Cups, 6 MVPs, held the NHL record for total career points at the time of his retirement, and is a member of the NHL's 100th anniversary team. Gordie had an incredible pro career as a hockey player, and yet out of all of his accomplishments, the coolest thing he ever did was this. This is Mark and Marty Howe, Gordie's sons, and he played professional hockey with them in both the WHA and the NHL for 5 seasons. Now, if you're thinking, that guy looks a little old to be playing professional sports. You're right. Gordie began his career in the NHL in 1946 when he was just 18 years old. By the time he retired for good, he was 51. A career that stretched from the 1940s to the 1980s. And only with a career like this can a player even have a shot at playing in the league together with their son. Why exactly?
So you telling me this nigga played damn near almost 40 years?
Awesome. But also because of these two and what they're about to accomplish in their own sport. LeBron and Bronny James, who are on track to being the first father and son duo to play together in the NBA. An idea that seemed far-fetched when LeBron first mentioned it years ago, but has now become a reality. But how legitimate is Bronny's spot in the league? And is the backlash towards the Lakers selecting him with a second-round pick in the draft warranted? Well, to answer this question, we first need to know just how good Bronny is as a prospect and as an incoming NBA player. Right now, NBADraft.net has Bronny rated at an 88 overall across their 12 prospect metrics. This overall rating puts Bronny on the lower end of all second-round picks and future prospects over the last 3 years, but well within range of
That's
your
not bad
typical
though.
mid
88
to late first
overall.
rounder. Now, here are Bronny's numbers
Them
during
88
his one
overall be
season of
cooking.
college basketball. 5 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists a game on 47, 30, 69% shooting splits. Now these numbers, especially from a relatively undersized guard, do not scream NBA potential. But for perspective, here are the average collegiate stats from every late second-round pick that played college basketball over the last 5 years. And even when compared to late second-round picks, Bronny's numbers aren't nearly as impressive. In fact, Bronny is arguably the least productive college prospect in NBA history. Here is a list of every player in the entire history of the NBA to be selected in the first 2 rounds of the draft that averaged less than 5 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists a game in college.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
Dang. 3
Just
people?
3 players who were selected in the NBA draft with college numbers
Check
equal
Dollar.
to or
He
less than
sounds so
Bronny's college
familiar.
numbers. Pair that with the fact that these prospects had at least the benefit of having NBA frames and physical tools to be potentially built off of, and the case for Bronny warranting a pick in the NBA draft becomes more and more difficult to make. But to really demonstrate exactly where Bronny falls amongst other second-round picks, here is a chart of every college basketball player selected in the second round of the draft over the last 10 years. With
Bobo,
box plus
Malcolm
minus on the
Brogdon, Jalen
x-axis and
Brunson,
minutes per game
Daniel
on the
Gafford,
y-axis. 298
Terrence Mann.
selections spanning 10 drafts. More than half of these players not even in the NBA today. Where's Bronny? He's right here. Most late draft picks, even the guys who go on to not even make a roster in the league, were first or maybe second options in their college program. Bronny, on the other hand, was an undersized rotational player on a sub-500 team. It doesn't take an NBA scout to know that Bronny James's collegiate career wasn't that of your typical second-round draft pick. But how good is the typical second-round pick? With the rise of second-round sleepers in recent history, most notably players like Nikola Jokic, Jalen Brunson, Herb Jones, and Jordan Clarkson, the potential value of a second-round pick in the NBA draft is about as high as it's ever been. With the help of advanced metrics, the curtain has been pulled back on the value even a solid role player can provide to a winning team. Prospect scouting has gotten more comprehensive than ever before, and these second-round picks have held considerable weight within recent trades around the NBA. But how valuable does that truly make them? Gathered from 10 years worth of draft classes from 2013 to 2022, data shows that on average, out of the 30 players drafted in the second round, about 6 of them won't even suit up in the NBA. That's about 1 in every 5 players selected in the second round that will never see a minute of action in the league. Out of the 24 players who do make a roster in their rookie season, about 17 of them end up playing a second season in the NBA. Of those 17 players that are good enough to stick around for more than a few seasons, only about 8 of them will go on to be a role player or rotational level player. Go one step further, and on average, only 4 of these second round picks will become a starting caliber player in their career. That's about 1 in every 8 players selected in the second round. And finally,
that's not crazy though, because first round picks really don't be coming stars for real either. It'd be rare.
Only 2 of them became all-stars: Nikola Jokic and Jalen Brunson. If we think about the last 10 years of second-round picks on a scale of box plus minus, with Nikola Jokic being on one end and the players who don't even make a roster on the other, then most players aren't in the middle. In fact, they're not even close. Most second-round picks fall way down here, somewhere in between what Basketball Reference would classify as an end-of-the-bench player and out of the league. When considering how to use a second-round pick, the idea of drafting a guy who ends up being a real contributing player, a starter, or even a future MVP, the perceived opportunity cost can tend to outweigh the actual value of the pick. Drafting a player of this caliber in the second round is like finding a diamond in the rough. But giving away a pick or a potential player that ends up being of this caliber would be a mistake that no front office wants to live with. But that doesn't change the fact that the vast majority of the time, these second round picks in the NBA draft go on to be these end-of-the-bench level players. Just out of curiosity, does anyone know who the last few 55th overall picks in the draft were and how their careers are turning out? Last year's 55th overall pick has played 1 game in the NBA. The one before that has played 23 games in 2 seasons. The 55th pick in 2021, Aaron Wiggins, is actually having himself a solid career so far, but the one before him is out of the league. The one before
Jay
that
Scrub, nah, that's kind of crazy.
He's also out of the league, out of the league, out of the league, was never in the league, out of the league, and out of the league. As a late
Bro, I don't even know who none of them people are except like one dude.
In the NBA, he has already exceeded his draft value. And that's really the proposition in all of this. It would be incredible if Bronny developed into a Davion Mitchell or Aaron Holiday caliber player. But the reality is if Bronny can provide any net positive value to his team, then selecting him in the draft will have been a great pick. There has never been a player projected to go this late in the draft with any expectations on what they should or will do in the league. These late draft picks have historically been reserved for players who might have been overlooked, players who maybe underperformed their potential at the collegiate level, players who organizations are willing to roll the dice on because there's virtually no opportunity cost associated with late second-round picks. It's all upside at this point in the draft. If they don't work out, well, that's typical. If they do work out, well, then they've beaten the odds. And the very large point being overlooked in all of this talk about potential and value to the team and X's and O's, LeBron James has the opportunity to play basketball with his kid in the NBA. Let's just be honest. This is blatant nepotism, a classic case of it's who you know, not what you know. But nepotism has ran rampant in the NBA for decades, and no one cared. Countless players, coaches, executives, owners who got their shot with far less merit than Bronny has. But now here we are sitting around talking about the integrity of a man who's played 21 seasons in the league and his son because they made the most of an otherwise paltry 55th pick in the draft, and the nepotism leaned in their favor this time around. We can criticize this decision all we want, preach about how this move was a breach of ethics, a slap in the face of the game we love. But then we would all be hypocrites, because there isn't a man on earth who would pass up on the chance to play in the NBA with his son, even if it meant pulling a few strings to make it happen. As much as Bronny benefits from sharing the same last name as arguably the best basketball player of all time, that tag has also came with equal scrutiny. We have never seen a late second-round pick get discussed and limelighted like we've seen with Bronny. But we've also never seen a late second-round flyer get completely dissected and criticized like this. LeBron and Bronny have a chance to do something that has never been done in the history of the NBA. And that is worth more than any late second-round pick will ever be.
I don't you, bro. That shit gonna be fire. First Lakers game I'm watching it, bro. I don't know why people hating on that. They really need to stop hating. But I'm gonna get out of here though. I just had to come in here and drop another video. Thank everybody again. I'm gonna see y'all.